Live in the studio. It is 101 TKO Radio. I'm your girl, Coach Deshawn of the Mail Room. We are here today. I got my friends in the building, Mr.
Yeah.
Takeover. How you do?
All right. I'm glad to be actually in the studio.
I know it's always good to see you in the studio. We got DJ Johnny Prince on the
Yeah.
ones and twos.
We here, baby. Let's go.
We here, and of
Thank you
course
so
we got
much.
Nelson on the ones and twos back there. The engineer of the year. What's going on, Nelson? How you doing?
Man, doing all right, doing all right.
Nelson been working, y'all. Nelson been working. The 101 listen, congratulations on the rebranding. The new logo is hot. I
Dope,
love
dope.
it. I love it. It gives
Dope.
that, it's something about that black and gold that gives that power. Y'all know the black and gold. Y'all see that the black and gold gives that power. So listen.
Nevik, Keisha.
What's up, Navy? Thank you. Listen, make sure before we get started, you download that 101 TKO radio app so you can hear the full broadcast, including the music and all of the good conversation and whatnot. Do that right now. You got time. And then plus you can get to go on the fan wall, chime in, tell us how you like the show. If you got questions, comments, and all that, DM me. If you got topics that you want to talk about, DM us because we pushing the envelope this season, y'all. We doing some stuff. Listen, so first of all, our broadcast is the mailroom messages from him with Tashana Friends is being sponsored by Swag Her Magazine, TLC Coaching, and Looks by Miracle. Make sure that you follow the mailroom 7671 so you can get more information on these businesses. And later on, we will have our additional business shout out. And of course, if you want your business shouted out, DM us. Don't take nothing but $10. That's it.
What?
Yeah, $10. Where you gonna go get that? $10.
That's what's up.
You gotta invest in your business. Listen. So what's going on in the world today? My brow goes out to it goes out to a whole lot of folks this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But one goes out to the young man Kai Sanat in Kai Sanat in New York.
Yeah.
Now I get it. He wanted to give out PlayStations and he's a YouTube influencer.
Okay.
So he announced that he was giving out PlayStations, right? And created chaos in the middle of New York. What is it? Times Square?
Union Square, 14th Street. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm. How many PlayStations?
He makes a lot.
Yeah, he makes a lot of money. Yeah, he's a popular influencer. And so this is the gesture is good. I get it. But there were so many other creative ways that you could have done that. He didn't do it right. Okay. So they are going to charge him because he created a riot. He created chaos. They literally shut down the streets. They were jumping on cars. They had to arrest, some people, whatnot. ABC News. It made ABC News. Yes, it made headlines. ABC News.
It was crazy.
It was crazy. So you don't think about the residents that are there and so forth. And I know people were like, well, such and such other artists did it or whatnot. However, if you're an influencer and you have this large following, you have to use comments. Well, I know everybody ain't got common sense, but you got to use some type of sense, and your team should have had some type of sense to
So he didn't organize it.
He didn't organize it at all. And if you go on to ABC, you will see the crowd. You will see how it just, I don't know. What y'all think? Do you think that he should be charged?
Well, I gotta go see it. I didn't know about that.
Do y'all think he should be
Well,
charged?
he messed up. He got a bigger issue though, because it ain't even about see the elites, right? Those that control the world.
Mm-hmm.
Right, they like to control people and their situation. They don't like people that got their own power, their own money,
Right.
like this young kid. So he kind of exposed himself to that. So now those people are going to be on him. They on to him now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not only him, a couple of other influencers. You know what I mean, that they may not have been privy to. So that's a whole bigger issue. You know what I mean? That
taxes,
that
IRS.
Yeah, not only that, I'm just saying it's just like, you put yourself in a position to either be like bought or bought out. You know what I mean? Taken or taken out. You know what I mean? Like it's bigger than just him going to jail. Like you have a reach, and he showed that his reach is crazy. It was thousands of people out there that clogged up Union Square. It's a big area. You know what I mean? And in his name. So
he's
Twitch. So he do a lot of you know how people kids be responding to video games. Yeah. And he's got like millions of followers.
Millions of followers. Yeah.
The thing with that is, and I hear what Prince saying, like all that thing in the lane that he's in. The only thing that he probably would be approached with is another company possibly opening up another streaming app or whatnot. But outside of that, I don't see anybody really touching him. But then you got to also think about big wigs. They may try to go in and change the dynamic of how these kids are making money.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what he's saying. Like they're gonna change that now. It's gonna mess it up.
Right.
The other kids, because like with YouTube, you know, now they changed the amount of people the amount of time that you can monetize off of it right now. So they did lower that. But now it is going to open up that port. It's like, oh, wait a minute, this black kid that made millions.
It's
you know,
a millionaire. Yeah, that little kid is a millionaire.
Because they get contracts now. Too.
Yeah, but and then
So you really.
But it is a lot. You know what? They're staying under the radar because of taxes, and that's what I'm saying too. On the flip side, money wise, now you done open yourself up. They're gonna watch you. You're on that list now because if you ain't reporting them taxes, they're gonna come after you first. That's how they always get those black kids and black people. They coming after you with those taxes. So now you done open yourself up to the public. So then now they're looking. Now they're going to open up your books. That's what they're going to do.
This particular guy, I don't think he have that problem.
I think he's paying his taxes.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
You know, that's what I was saying. Like,
they would have been on him if he wasn't.
Those situations like going through
the
Twitch and all that stuff. I ain't saying that some of the kids ain't doing that, but you rarely see any of those that are streaming like that.
Are they doing it? Because they do 1099s, don't they?
Yeah, they like.
They do 1099s.
They offer 1099s. They don't take taxes.
They better be reporting it because he got the eye on y'all. Them Twitchers. Yeah, that's correct. So I mean, I'm hoping he doesn't go to jail, but at least because I don't want no black man to go into jail. Because what he did was it was a good gesture, but it was irresponsible for him to be in that limelight. And you just gotta nowadays, because people were getting arrested, and because there's always gonna be some fool out there that's gonna act up, and it's gonna fall under his name. You know what I'm saying?
They normally give them away like with contests online, so that's.
Well, yeah, he just announced it. He went out and announced it. So of course, if you're giving away PlayStations that cost $600, $700, $800, the new PlayStations. So guess what they're gonna do? Yeah, they're gonna run out there for no reason, and it's always gonna be a one that's gonna act the fool.
So again, that's why I commend those that actually just give it away. They do like a little contest.
Yeah,
like a little robot that goes through their little names and pick. And mail it to them. That right, that's crazy.
Right. So anyhow, I hope his legal team, they can get it together. Listen, prayers go out to the other young man, O'Shea Sibley, who was killed for voguing at the gas station. The black man, the gay man that was killed. Yes, he was killed. And listen, this is my take on that. I don't care what your prejudices are, whatever. If you don't like it or whatever, it gives you no right to kill anybody. You know what I'm saying? You could have just walked on and moved on. But yeah, he didn't like him because he didn't like the fact that him and his friends were voguing, dancing, and so they are going to, whoever they're looking for, they're definitely going to charge them with the hate crime because you killed an innocent man. So So
Yeah, I think hate crime is a federal
our
offense.
prayers go out to that family and so forth. But it's sad when
Wow.
you just the hatred is real. So whatever, like I say, that doesn't give you a right to kill anybody. And then the last event in the news was going on. Tierra Allen over there in Dubai. Let me tell y'all something.
The one that got locked up for yelling and carrying
Yeah,
on?
listen.
Oh man. Oh man.
I've been a passport baby forever and a day. We lived overseas in the Middle East. Nelson can attest to it. You get over there and you act the fool in them countries if you want to. That ain't the United States. They will lock you up. They confiscated her passport and all of that.
Yeah.
I think now the guy is want to sue her for $10,000 and so forth. And she may possibly do some jail time because
she will.
Yeah, she's going to, because let me tell y'all,
that's the law over there.
Exactly. They don't budge. They ain't giving you a pass because you're an American. If anything, they gonna make it. They gonna be stick to it.
And this is and to Sean, this is a great segue to what we're going to talk about, because the law is women are not allowed to yell, and I think women are not allowed to yell at another man.
Right.
So that's a great segue into what's going on into our topic. But that is the law in Dubai. Women are not allowed to have that type of emotion or show that type of emotion in public.
Right, Tiff. She forgot she wasn't in Kansas anymore, so she went over there after the pool. And my thing is, you can't go over there and change their laws.
No, you can't. You won't.
You cannot. Stay your behinds from over there. If you don't like their laws, stay from over there. They do not care what you think. So
that's right.
You can protest over here, this, that, another, but their laws.
She's not coming home.
Right. She's not coming home anytime soon. And everybody
no
was
soon,
like, well, that's not fair. Well, when you travel these countries, I'm gonna tell you, they all got laws, and you have to research the countries that you go into.
That's right. That's right.
You really do. See, we encouraging folks, go outside, go travel, this, that, and other, but you're not researching.
I think it's just she's that same person everywhere though. So,
and more than likely,
she is,
and then too, you did not research. You just went over there for the gram. You living it up in Dubai, but they got so many strict rules.
And the friends knew she's that type of person.
Oh my gosh, you cannot even hold hands in public if you're not married or whatnot. You can't hold hands in public.
For real.
You can't kiss in public.
You can't kiss in public.
Cuss. If you cuss, you going to jail.
Yeah.
That's why me and Chef can't go over there. He be put in jail day one at the airport. He will break every law. Can't smoke over there. You can't.
Oh my God.
It is so strict. No, you can't. No, he can't unless he change. Because listen, we lived in Iran.
We gotta take some countries off our list.
We live in Iran. They make you, the women, they make you do what they say do.
That's right.
You're covered up from head to toe. You are walking that thin line. So she'll be over there. Tierra Allen, I'm sorry, I'm praying for you, but maybe you'll learn. You can't get over there and act the fool, yelling at folks.
I think we gotta go. Who we traded for the basketball player?
That Brittany Grimes, that whole thing.
I don't think we got nobody else we traded.
No. Well, Kanye said maybe the U.S. would trade another prisoner of war for. Nah, she ain't on that level. So listen, I need y'all to go ahead and download that 101 TKO radio app. So you can connect with us. We're about to get into this topic today. After this music break, we're going to talk about my man is expecting me to cook, clean, set, take care of the kids after working a 12-hour shift.
13 hour, 13.
13, 14, whatever. I ain't doing all that. 24 hours. So listen, stay connected to 101 TKO Radio, the app. We'll be right back right after this music break. I ain't doing all that. You better cook. That's why I got Chef. We'll be right back.
Take you out.
And we are back live on 101 TKO Radio in the mail room. I'm like a big kid, y'all. I took off my headphones. I'm about to go see what the new computer is or whatnot. Listen, make sure you have downloaded that app, 101 TKO Radio app. Do that right now so that you can hear all of the good music that is being played and the full conversation. So listen, we are going to jump in this conversation, and so there was a viral video that went viral. The young woman, she's a doctor. Of course the title was I cook for my man. My man expects me to cook after working 13 hours. So she shows herself cooking, preparing. She still has her scrubs on. She's cooking, and she's preparing this meal for her husband after working 13 hours. So, of course, the video went bananas. The people, the comments, everybody went bananas, right? Now, granted, she said she didn't know it was going to go viral when she put up the post, but nowadays, when you posting up stuff, it's going to go viral with your title. So, yeah, she knew that, but hey, you want your internet fame, you got it. So, so the thing is, what people didn't understand in the comments, that her and her husband, who's a doctor as well, they have an expectation. He has an expectation. She does too. They have an agreement. She said that he agrees to plan the meals, go grocery shopping, and she cooks. She enjoys cooking. So that's why she cooks.
She left it out.
No, of course she did leave that out. Of course, you want to make your stuff go viral and whatnot, because it blew up the internet. Everybody was up in roar. Why would your man? Why would you have that man? So of course, that's when the war started. Men against women, and the expectations of men, the men and so forth. So it created an uproar in our community again on the gender roles and all of that. Listen, y'all, as she said, she agrees to cook. She enjoys cooking, right? I'm not that one. I don't enjoy cooking, so I'm not going to cook. And especially if I'm working, I'm not going to cook. However, whatever works for their household, it works, Now, let me play this other clip, this other video.
When you sent me?
Oh, Lord. Now, this is the flip side. Y'all let me know. I think we can hear. Let's see.
If you put it in the stream, y'all. To the dog disrespect. At least he said excuse me. He said excuse me, little bro boy took the play.
So listen, after this break, after this music break, we gonna come back and we gonna discuss this because he threw the food out. He said nobody eats. So listen, y'all, I need y'all to go ahead and chime in. But first, before you do, download that 101 TKO Radio, 101 TKO Radio app. And if you want to chime in on this conversation, 678-439-7419. He threw out the plate. He said nobody eats because he's the man of the house. When she moved in, they had that understanding. So listen, stay connected for this this music break, because my blood just started boiling. I gotta take me a little break because so much to unpack and packing at once.
You got triggered? You triggered? You triggered?
I got triggered. Woo! I got triggered. I got a little Al Green. Yeah. Whew, I just got triggered. Let me calm down. Nelson, put on the music. Put on the song. We'll be right back, y'all. 101 TKO Radio.
Oh my God.
Man, if you don't stop.
Oh no. I don't know.
2, and 1.
And we are back live on 101 TKO Radio in the mail room, you guys. This morning on this beautiful Saturday in the A. It's another hot day, but hey, I am not complaining.
Amen.
Listen, so before we left, we listened to the guy who's not married to this woman with her son, and he states that he's expecting her to feed him first. Now, the first video is the woman, her and her husband. They're both doctors, but her husband expects her to have the meal, cook the meal or whatnot. And I'm like you, LaRon, I like to go to the comments. The comments are hilarious to me, and they're sad all at the same time. Because again, the first scenario, this lady and her husband, of course, she put up the title. You knew it was going to go viral with that type of title. You know that's going to be a trigger, especially for our community. For our community. My man won't expect. Like, we took that word along and made it a word, and that's what a lot of the comments were. They were like, how could he expect?
You know what that's like? It's like associated with
submit. Right. Yeah.
Want me to be a slave?
Right. Yeah. Like, expect. So this is my thing. This is, again, as a certified relationship coach, you build a good relationship with whomever you are with. The first video, the woman, where she sent her husband to expect. So this is the deal, you guys. Her husband agreed. Both of them agree. Both of them are doctors full time. They both agree, hey, you go grocery shopping, go planning, because if y'all don't plan a grocery shop, that's a lot in itself.
Yes.
So that's a whole task. So she's saying, if you go ahead and plan out the meals, go grocery shopping, I'll cook. I enjoy cooking. I just don't like grocery shopping and planning.
Right.
I don't know, but I would cook you a meal every day. I still have the energy, to get in, cook, and so forth. I don't have a problem with that. But the whole world seemed to have a problem with that. And this is my thing. Whatever goes on, whatever expectation and agreement you have for your household and whatever makes work, make it work.
Yeah.
But those comments, OMG. Did you read them, Johnny?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the entertainment, right?
Like, it was so pathetic in a sense.
Okay. One thing I want to bring up is culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
We may disagree with that scenario.
Yeah.
But you got to understand culture. First of all, she's Jamaican. You got to say that, because she's tied. Yes, she's Jamaican.
Okay.
So she's tied to a culture.
Yeah.
Right. And Jamaican women take pride in taking care of their husband, their man.
They do.
They take pride in cooking and
do.
cleaning. You know what I mean? That's how they do. She was raised that way.
Yeah.
Make sure you take care of your husband in that manner. Now,
Yeah.
I'm of Latino Caribbean descent. Both my parents.
That's right. You are
right.
Afro Latino.
So I come from a culture as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I first saw the post,
yeah,
I instantly thought culture. Where's the husband from? Right? Yeah. Where is the husband from? Now, when you go deep, when you dig into it now, she's the one. I don't even know where he's from. He looks American, but she's the one from Jamaica with the culture. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So the word expect, that's what messed everybody up. That word.
Yeah, expect.
Yeah. Is what messed everybody up. She shouldn't have posted that.
Yeah.
Even if she did it for clout, let's just remove that her, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
What is wrong with wanting to do that for your husband? One.
Right.
Because that's an issue as well.
Right.
So wanting to do that for your husband is an issue. See, you gotta remember, like America here, there is no culture. Like there is this quote unquote freedom, right? This quote unquote freedom to do whatever they want. Right,
Johnny, don't get us in trouble today.
No, I'm about to
get us in trouble today, Johnny.
Listen, trigger alert.
Don't bring your Afro Latino stuff over
trigger
here
alert.
in America. Don't be doing that.
Trigger alert. This is the problem.
No, but you're right. You're
Trigger-
so right. We don't have those.
No.
We don't have that.
There's no values here. There's no relationship
none.
values, and people are getting. They don't. You got to keep in mind as well. Like this, when I read the comments, be funny to me because I can tell that a majority of people had no healthy, no healthy version of love. They never saw it. So they had no examples of it. Their mother didn't have it. Their father didn't have it. Their uncles didn't have it. Their aunts didn't have it. Everybody divorced. Everybody could do bad by themselves. Everybody messed up. So there's no union. Nobody saw that. So I can't argue with you because you're basing it on. I can tell it's anger in your post in your response. So we can't have an argument. So we can't because you have no healthy example of any relationship. Your friendship is unhealthy.
That is
your relationship with your son, your child is unhealthy.
That is
so how dare you have something to say about this when you don't even have your own healthy relationships? You don't even understand culture enough to even respond. Okay, let's go back, right?
No, no, you're right. And Nelson, you're Dominican, right? So you're in that culture as well. You saw that where the women took care of their households and their husbands, right? Yeah, because it reflects in you in the way you act as well as a man. And even in your friendships, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like you're taking care because that's what you saw. Do you associate the expectation, or it's just like this is how we were raised and we saw it?
Well, I don't take the expectation of it. You know what I'm saying? So because I didn't, even though I grew up in it, but I didn't really grew up a lot of it, with it. So I enjoyed it. If the woman was to do that for me. But I don't go in there saying that, oh no, I expect you to do this.
Right.
I'm more of like, okay, if you're gonna do the household, I'll make sure I do, you know what I'm saying, the yard work or anything that's required physical labor, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So, but I don't go into the mind thinking like, oh, okay, I expect them to do this.
And I agree, Johnny. We don't have that culture. Because we take again the freedom of, I was taught, you do take care of your household. As a woman, you take care of the household because I'm the manager of my home. As a woman, I am the manager of my home.
Where do we get that from, though?
Where we get that from? We get it from
because it was a way of life. Before the 60s, it was a way of life. That's what it was. It was the wife managed the home. The husband went out, worked a 14-hour shift, brought home the money. She managed everything. That was a way of life. So once they removed the father she now has to not only manage but make the money. So now when she started to make the money, started to earn the degrees, she figured out I don't need you. So I don't need feminism, you. Right. Feminism came in. I don't need no man, and that's that. So that's where that came from.
Right, and it came from the others, and it was taken out of context.
Absolutely.
Like there was a moment where women did not have rights.
Right.
We did not have rights.
Correct.
We did not have a voice.
Right.
Correct.
However, the white women took that, and some white women, I'm not going to say all, because some white women took that and ran with it and opened this floodgate of we don't need men.
Right.
However, that's why I said some, because every white woman wasn't on that train. And then, of course, the black woman jumped on that train. Yeah. And then that's when we don't need y'all. We can do it by myself, this, that, and the other. Yeah. And now look at us. We're suffering.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So now I bring up the conversation of like this person was just saying, respect on all sides. We are not going to have respect on all sides because we do not know ourselves. And I'm just talking about in the United States. I'm not talking about anybody of my color from Europe or Africa or whatever. But in the United States, we talk a lot about the culture. But what is our culture here?
Right.
We don't have one.
We don't have one. However, that does not stop us from learning.
Come on now.
That does not stop us from learning.
That's true. But the only stuff that we tend to want to learn and hold on to is what we've been taught.
The reason why I say we got to stop using that as an excuse, because again, there is some order that we don't want to. No, what I'm saying is we can't keep saying like what they didn't, because there is some stuff. It's just if you know that you have your man is working, Your man is working. I think, was it you that posted where the woman or somebody posted up? It may have been you that the man said, "Would you eat this?" The woman
I did.
gave him a plate of
yeah. And the white guy was like, "I'll eat the hell out of it. I'll eat it all
and
up."
my thing was, no, I would not give that to my husband. If he worked a 10, 12, 13-hour job, even if he worked a 2-hour job, it's what you want for your household. Right. I would not feed my husband crap.
Right.
Out of respect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Unless he asks for that stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to put my best foot forward.
Like the what was that? That was like cheap Alfredo.
Something. It was something.
Like, what's that box meal?
Yeah, it was one of those. One of those meals that you just throw on a plate. Here. Yeah. No, I wouldn't feed that to my husband. I wouldn't feed that to my children. Right. Number one, because I was taught, and it had nothing to do with black or white. It had to do with your standards of your family. You take care of your family. Would you want your dog to eat that? No. Or would you? But my thing, right? It's like you want to take pride. So it's like, even for me, I don't cook, right? But Chef knows when I get in the kitchen, if I'm cooking him something, guess what I'm doing? I'm going to give it my best, even if it ain't seasoned right. I'm going to give it my best, and I'm going to present my best.
Now, see, and when I say,
no, I know what you're saying. No, I get what you're saying. You're right.
But I'm saying, no.
Yeah.
What I was trying to say, I agree with everything that you're saying.
Yeah.
But when I say this, it's almost like we have, and I go back to the fact that we don't have a culture because they created one for us.
Yeah.
And we're too scared.
Mm-hmm.
We're too scared to sit and separate ourselves from what they forced on us.
You think it's scared?
I say scared. Not you.
No, I'm saying I get what you're saying, but
a high percentage, because if we take ourselves out of that conversation, we realize that we don't have anything.
We need to start. Evelyn says the culture in America is race-based. What is expected of white and black women is different. Society is desensitized to black women's struggles. The strength she had to have is used to vilify her. It's true, because it's like that.
That's my point. Exactly.
Yeah. The word expectation, we just make it so bad. Like
on my way here, I came across a video where the Africans are having like their UN thing, and the best thing I ever heard them say was, "We've been taught, we've been separated and taught by European people that they can come into our country with no problem, but in order for us to go visit them, we have to have a visa." And they're separated ourselves from each other. We can't even trade with each other. We hate each other. And so what I mean about the we're scared. We're scared to sit and say, "Oh, hey, I like you, and I like you, and we're gonna get together. We're gonna start a business," because the first thing they're gonna sit up here and say is, "Oh man, you're doing too good." Oh, how we were just talking about the little young boy.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's making too much money. So we got to cut that down. And unfortunately, the very first thing that they do, they cut us at our ankles.
Yeah.
And so then that scares the other person.
Yeah.
So we're scared.
Hold that thought, LaRon. Well, we got to take a quick music break. Listen, we're in this conversation, good culture conversation. So listen, make sure you download that 101 TKO radio app. And if you want to chime in on this conversation, you have the opportunity to call 678-439-7419. But we're going to take a quick music break. When we get back, we're going to talk about this thing because I don't know, women, men, black women, we got issues, man.
Big issues.
On, we got issues. But that doesn't have to be us. That doesn't have to be us. Expectations is not a bad word. Submission is not a bad word. But we'll be right back. 101 TKO Radio. Stay locked and loaded.
3, 2, and 1.
And we are back live on 101 TKO Radio in the mail room. I got my friends, Mr. Takeover, DJ Johnny Prince, Nelson. Listen, we are having this culture conversation.
Yeah.
And let me tell y'all that is the purpose of the mail room. It's not that we disagree. Everybody has their own opinion, but we come together to have this culture conversation, because again, the purpose of the mailroom is to help y'all understand everybody wasn't raised in the Collier household, everybody wasn't raised in the Prince household, everybody wasn't raised in the Cruz household or the Williams household. So we come together and we discuss what we've learned over time and how we can make, because what the mailroom does not participate in, y'all know what we don't participate in, and that's the gender war. We ain't going back and forth on these unhealthy relationships. What we do is give you solutions and so forth. So today we are talking about my man expects me to cook, clean, sets, clean.
Why you say it like that though? Why you say it like that though?
You know, some of y'all.
Why I say it like that though?
Like that dude.
You bias with your.
Just like that dude talking about he pay all the bills and he want this, then. So let's get into that. What do y'all think about that as men? He threw away the food. That was a trigger for me. That first of all, he threw away all the food.
You can throw away. I mean, you can throw around. I pay the bills all day long,
right?
And still not be a good leader, a good man.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of men that think in that in that tone,
mm-hmm.
they're not bringing anything. And I'm gonna say to the table emotionally. Not only to the family or to the kids. It's just you just throwing weight around. And normally those same men, after they come home, they just want to sit in the chair and be treated like a king. But you can easily lose that job.
Yeah.
Once you lose that job, you're still gonna look for that expectation, and a woman's not gonna respect a man that's mistreated them in that sense. And they lost the job. They're gonna look at them like they're crazy. Why you ain't getting up and working?
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of them, that's when they tend to leave in that sense. And then, you know, not understanding that the dynamics of a marriage, if I'm up and she's down, I mean, I got that 100%.
Yeah.
Or if I'm down and she's up, you know, she has that 100%. And that's that balance that you was talking about.
Yeah.
No one, it's not a high percentage of people in our culture that's working on that balance. You see it now more than anything, but it's not a high percentage.
Yeah.
That's still that woman against man type thing.
Yeah.
This is my position, and you,
because he made it very clear.
Very clear.
Like he made it very clear. What you think, Johnny?
He went too far. He definitely went too far. I think that that
go outside and eat that food.
Right. I can understand. Well, all right. So it goes back to culture, right? So even with my moms, you know, we would be out. Maybe we would be out somewhere. We'd probably be out at my grandma's house or whatever. And look, hey, we got to go because you know I got to go home and cook for my husband. You know what I'm saying? And even then, he got the first plate. Like he ate before we did. Yeah. He ate before we did. You know what I mean? Because it was a respect thing. You know what I mean? Because it's not about love for men. It's about respect. If you can, do you respect me? The love is given. If you love me, fine. But do you respect me? Yes. Like if you don't respect me, then that's another issue.
So, Prince,
and that's
coming off of what you just said. So let's sit up here and say that he's not home and he's not going to be home for a few hours. So you not feed the kids?
Oh no, that's different. That's what I'm saying. He went too far. He went too far. If the kids are there already and I'm cooking, I'm gonna feed the kids. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, if y'all there together and you pass the kid the plate, now we have an issue.
Right.
Now we got a problem now.
Okay.
He's not going to eat before I do, because I'm taking care of everything here. You don't respect me enough to feed me first.
Right.
Okay.
No, I mean, but no. But that's what I'm saying. He went too far. He took it because he saw his uncles or whatever or somebody doing it wrong. You know what I'm saying? He saw somebody or somebody told him the man's supposed to eat first. Okay, what are the circumstances?
Right. The circumstances.
So you gonna wait 3 hours for me to get home? To make the plate? No. No, we're not gonna do that. No, I mean, so he took it too far, and this is what I'm saying. Like everybody, clearly from the South somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? He don't.
Wow,
There's no culture.
Really?
You know what I'm saying?
Is that what we doing?
That's what them Northerners do to y'all Southerners. They like to. That's what them Northerners do to them Southerners.
That's what we doing.
Johnny over there in New York.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
Y'all heard him.
And it's crazy because
Y'all heard him.
it's more culture down in the South than it is up north. And it's surprising to see a
Yeah.
video like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like you
But-
clearly missed the mark, bro. Like you didn't,
Yeah.
then you gonna throw the food away?
yeah. That
Like,
you
come
throwing
on.
the food away.
You played
that
yourself,
took it to
bro.
the- And then my thing is, what does that say to the young boy? What does
He-
that say to the boy that's sitting there like, oh, is this the way a man is supposed to treat his
Exactly.
his
No.
mother? You
Right.
know, like
I'm not going to show him that. I'm not going to get out
Yeah.
of character. I'm not going to respond based out of emotions. I'm not going to get emotional
right.
and respond and to kick them out the house. You don't
You're
even know what
right,
it like how can what you don't even know what that can do for that boy. You don't even know what that can do
Right.
for him. Like you kicked
Yeah.
me and my mom's out.
Yep.
You know what I
Right.
mean? We had nowhere to go. We probably had to stay in the car if we don't know the circumstances. And for you
Right,
to show that,
exactly.
display that, you
Yeah.
I can't even curse right now, but you whack for
What
that.
you say, Nelson? What you think?
That ain't even a man.
You know, I don't know. It was a whole bunch of, you know what I'm saying, bull. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, of course, depending on the I ain't gonna say depending on the circumstance, because for me, you know what I'm saying, I'm all about, you know what I'm saying, making sure my kids is taken care of. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I don't have that no problem with that. I mean, you know, like certain things, like, you know, so when I was raising up my youngest daughter, and like during Christmas, I said, nah, don't worry about buying me, I'll make sure my kids, you know,
Right.
taken care of. So
Yeah.
for as far as making dinner and stuff like that, you know,
Yeah.
if they the child getting fed first, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's not a big issue.
Bit, right.
But
Right.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna eat.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, it's a problem if I'm weak.
Right.
If
If
I go and ain't nothing in that pot,
right.
Right.
then we got a problem.
Now, and if she fits her son a king's plate and give you
What
the
is
little-
King's plate?
what I'm saying, like the king's plate versus a microwave dinner meal. You know,
Now, you know what I'm saying?
that would be a problem.
Now, it'd be
You
a
know?
problem if the son or the child gets a big piece of chicken.
Right. Right.
But you know, you gotta also understand, because Chisholm, I know you talk that you about that plate.
You said
But
what?
the plate about the video I post, right?
Uh-huh.
But you gotta understand, like in marriage, I'm gonna understand me. I'm gonna understand that I'm not gonna get that king's plate every single night, because
right.
she
And
goes
that's-
through what she's go through. You know what I mean? There's some menopause and there's some
You
know what I
posted
mean?
that. That's
Oh,
right.
yeah,
You
yeah.
did. And I
There's
was
a whole
reading
lot
the
of other
comments.
stuff
Yeah.
that women go, like it's a lot. We don't even, I'm not a woman to even speak
Yeah.
on how women manages huge household,
Yeah.
5 kids,
Yeah.
the husband, the
right.
bills.
And that's why I say you have to know your home, because there's sometimes I be like, Chef, listen, I'll order I Uber Eats, or
That's the same thing as you
listen.
making that sloppy Joe. It's the same thing.
yeah, that I'm gonna give you,
You know what I'm
stuff, but I'm
saying?
gonna do it with pride in a sense, and then I'm going to make sure that there is a reason. Like there have been plenty of times it's like, I can't cook today. I know I was supposed to cook, but can you cook for me or whatnot? Or I order, something.
Right.
But I'm not going to just give you anything on the plate. I'm not just going to give you slop in my defense. I'm not going to give that to you because I didn't manage my time or something happened.
But I would understand though. That's the point.
Right. Yeah.
I would understand because I'm not going to get that king's plate every single. We ain't got money to be buying out all the time, baby. Listen, if sloppy Joe is what it is, sloppy Joe is what it is. I understand. The fact that you did that for me though, that's what it is. You respect me enough. You didn't say, you know what, babe, I'm going.
Now we have had cereal.
I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep, babes. I'm tired. I'm going to sleep. Now, if you did that, that means you had no respect for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you had no respect for me to do that. So if it was cereal, then it was cereal. If it was sloppy Joe's, it was sloppy Joe's.
Now, I'm okay with eating.
Yeah, now we have had cereal nights. I'd be like, babe, I ain't doing
that's
it.
dope.
We got
Me
some
too.
frosted flakes in there. We got some milk and frosted flakes.
There you go. Frosted flakes. Give me a bowl, please.
Captain Crunch or what? Now we have had cereal nights because which is like, or peanut butter jelly nights. Like,
oh yeah, that too.
We've had those nights because if both of us are tired,
Mm-hmm.
It's like, listen. But and the downfall of that is because I saw my mom cook every day for my dad and her 5 children. So for me, I expected myself to do that.
Right.
Like I wanted to be this ultimate housewife, like my mother, because to me that was just like the job. Like I'm like, my mom is running this household. She cooking and I'm saying when I say cook, I'm talking breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snack.
So you're right. That's what
and so
what
but my reality is that I'm not.
Yeah.
And I had to come to that
You're
reality.
your own woman.
Yeah, and I really did have to. I don't cook. I don't like. I literally, I had to come into my own reality. Like I can't be like my mom. Like I don't know how the hell she did it with 5 children.
That's why I say we're not our eldest.
And herself.
You were the first, right?
Yeah, like
that cookie just went right over.
Well, see, we had our lessons. I told you I burned down the kitchen. LA Fire Department had to come in because I was like, I'm done. I can't cook. Bump that.
God. What did you burn?
Talking about full meals, and I ain't talking about no ramen noodles. I'm talking about. Oh yeah, me and my sister would trade off. She didn't like cleaning, right? I would like clean. I can clean all.
Well, she didn't teach you how to cook though, Tashawn?
Yeah, we had like my mom would. She taught. We had lessons. We had lessons on sewing, arts and crafts, cooking, cleaning, all of that, domestic duties. Right? We had our lessons. My sister would take my clean. Like we would have to. Our assignments would be. We would have to choose some meals and cook every week. Right? Lisa would be knocking it out the box. Right? I mean, like cooking 5-star meals, this, that, and another. Me,
Tashawn be burning it out the box.
I burned the kitchen.
Burning it out the box.
I did. And she said, what are you cooking? And I'm like, we're in high school, junior high. I'm like, I'm cooking a meal.
So you feel homemade?
No, but I passed home ec, not the cooking part. I did. I did
You clean all day.
I remember the meal too.
I do
it was
dishes.
ricotta, stuffed ricotta with cheese. I burned the whole thing. LA Fire Department had to come out and evacuate the house because the kitchen was on fire and whatnot. Because I could not make this up. I got witnesses. I did not cook. I did not like cooking.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear
that. So
that.
me and my sister traded off. She was like, "Listen, you clean up after me, and I'll cook your meals." And that's what happened. And that's why I became.
That balance, y'all.
Yeah, that balance. And even to this day, when my sister or chef cook, or when they have catering jobs, I clean. I clean up I have no problems washing the dishes because I wash them dishes with. My dishes are sparkling, right? Listen, cleaning is my gift. My cleaning, oh man, put that bleach and ammonia together. Well, they had to come out twice.
Bleach and ammonia.
LA Fire Department had to come out again.
Lord have mercy.
I put the bleach and ammonia together. That was my first science lesson. Evacuate the neighborhood.
Sean, why did you?
Y'all ever did that? Yeah, it was fun, but it was hazardous.
Yeah, it was hazardous. You almost died. You breathed that in, it's over.
Yeah, my dad done beat me though for that one. They were like, "What? And why would you do that?" I was like, "I was trying to get." Yeah, I was like, they were like, "Get out the house, y'all gonna die if you get breathing and inhaling." But I can clean. But again, I did see that growing up, so I thought I could be like my mom and cook, clean, do all of that stuff, you know. And I don't even have children. I'm like, I'm tired trying to just do this basic. But I had pride in it. Like I said, even if I can't cook that like y'all cook, chef is going to get a meal with love. And if it's baked potato and broccoli.
Hold on. A meal with love?
A meal with love, yes.
That means something, Prince.
I'm saying I'm going to give you my best.
Might be white.
Right, Johnny, they laughing a little bit too hard because I cook with love. Do y'all ever think about it when y'all ask me to bring a dish? Do I bring a dish? What did I bring, Nelson? Water and the drinks. I ain't cooking no meal for nobody, so y'all can talk about me.
All with love, right?
All with love.
Out the car with it, with the water.
Yeah,
you gotta ask her, who cooking, chef or you?
The chef? Well, at the dinner party, who cooked? Chef. What did I bring? The decorations. I went to go shop what he needed. I got what he needed, the decorations.
I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why I've treated the women and I treat my wife the way that I treat my wife, because mom not get treated like she should.
Okay.
And I was never taught how to treat, but I was taught how not to treat.
Okay.
And
Right.
Because I've always, because people ask, "Oh, your mama taught you well." You know, chivalry is not gone. When I'm opening doors for people and stuff, and I'm like, my mom really never taught me that. But now that, and definitely hearing you talk, I see exactly where my chivalry and whatnot comes from. I know my mom deserved that.
Yeah.
And she didn't get it.
Yeah. And I mean, my dad didn't. He had those house expectations, but it wasn't like, woman, get in there and cook my meal, you know. Listen, download that app, 101 TKO Radio. We're gonna take a quick music break and we're gonna come back. They're gonna stop laughing at me, Evelyn. They're gonna stop laughing because I'm gonna cook a meal for 101 one day.
You'll cook a meal for 101?
And I can cook some fried chicken. I am. Nelson, y'all gonna do me like that? That's, you know what?
Oh man,
that's okay. I'm cooking a meal for 101, and I am. I'm going to cater a meal for y'all just because.
Yeah, let me know so I won't be there.
Oh, I can cook some macaroni and cheese now.
What the craft?
No, I can make some. No, I don't use no craft now. My mama them taught me don't use no craft. I can make scratch cornbread and scratch macaroni. Yeah, I can do some stuff. I just don't like it. Don't like doing it. But when I do it, I'm doing it with love. And just for that, we're gonna go on break, and I'm about to plan my meal for 101 TKO Radio.
Okay.
Download that. Yeah, we'll be right back. Download that. I can cook.
Oh shit. Oh my God.
No, don't circle around me because that's gonna, just walk up and be like, son, remember the girl from like 2 songs ago? She was cute. Maybe you should ask her again.
Okay, my role is wing mom, and I'll kind of keep an eye on the ladies. I would tell you to go after some chicks and single moms because that's what you qualify for. Single moms with 2 or 3 baby daddies. That's what you qualify for. I'm sorry, sir. Your mom's basement. That one.
Three, two,
and we are back live on 101 TKO Radio in the mail room.
Yeah.
Before we left, y'all heard it first right here. Y'all heard it right here on 101 TKO Radio.
The fire department on speed dial.
Who? Who are you talking about? Who? Oh, you know what? I don't know. That's another case. But you heard it right here. I'm cooking 101 TKO Radio a full meal.
I got flying for that.
Of a full meal.
I got to see this.
Yes, all of y'all gonna get a full meal because I can cook.
Well, congratulations.
The right color.
He said the mac and cheese got to be yellow.
Yes.
Yeah, yellow. You know what I mean? Got to be actual cheese in there.
I use the good cheese. How about that?
The good cheese?
I use the good cheese.
Is that the brand or?
The brands, the different brands. I use a blends of cheeses. Yeah, I use some Crafts. I use some like the good parts of the store cheese.
Did you say Crafts?
I use Kraft sometimes because
Kraft singles.
a little shredded. I use Gouda. Oh yeah, yeah. I put in my butter, my cream. Yeah, yeah. I made a good 5 blend macaroni and cheese. You don't need no other body.
I'm gonna fill up my body. Listen to Sean. Let's go back on topic. Come on.
Y'all gonna get my cooking. Why?
You had me at Kraft.
I'm gonna make y'all a meal just for that. Since Nelson gonna dismiss me and my cooking, I'm cooking for all of y'all. I'm cooking for every last one of y'all. How about that?
I'm gonna come eat it. I'm gonna eat it.
You know what?
I'm gonna eat it and pray to God.
That's right.
And I'm able to walk away after I eat it.
You know what? Listen, we are live here in the studio 101 TKO Radio in the mailroom. We're having a culture conversation, you guys. This is a much needed conversation as we were talking about these households and these balances and whatnot. Yo, listen, we were talking about the last video where the man threw out the food, and he said that the woman that he's not even his wife, it's his girl, that she gave his plate. She fed him first, fed her son first. And his thing was, he said that because he pays all the bills, he moved her in. So she knew that this was an expectation that he is supposed to get the first plate. and not hurt son. And he made it very clear to the point where he threw away the food. So the problem I have, and LaRon, you were saying in the comments, the women were saying that's the reason why they're not together in a relationship with people.
Yeah, I'm trying to go to them.
Which is a lie. Let me tell y'all the reason why. That has nothing to do with you not wanting to be married or in a relationship. Right. That has everything to do with your self-worth.
It's a self-worth.
Because that woman did not love herself enough to, first of all, she put herself in that situation for whatever reason. And it sounds like she needed a place for her and her son. She needed some stability. She saw a man that, you know, has a decent job and that can provide. So this is the thing. And some of y'all gonna hate me for it. I don't care.
Say it, girl.
He gave you his expectations in the very beginning.
He sure did.
We don't like to listen to you all. He made it very clear what he wanted. And you did not give it to him. So therefore, you have to live by his rules in his house, because guess what? You don't value yourself enough to say, no, this is not going to work. We got to have a balance here. Now, if you coming in 3 hours or 2 hours late, then my son needs to eat, you know,
right.
And I'm gonna have your plate well and ready.
Absolutely.
And so forth. But I'm not gonna let my son starve.
You know,
if you because you could be at the bar, you could be hanging out with your friends, you know, for them 2 hours. And what I'm supposed to do, wait. So again, that has nothing to do with, oh, that's why I'm not married. No.
You know, some folks are funny, the same person, right?
Read me a comment.
All right, so she said, I'm single because I choose to be, but also due to my tolerance being at an all-time low for any type of stupidity, it's best that I stay single. And so I pretty much I replied and said, there are some good men out there.
Right.
You just choose and just summing it up. You choose not to do the work to go look.
Right.
A lot of the work comes with self.
Exactly.
And I had to figure that out because I managed to all my life find some toxic women.
Yeah.
And once I understood that, yeah, they toxic and they need to do something with themselves. Right. But it's me.
It's me.
Because I'm allowing myself to stay in these long relationships.
Thank you.
With these toxic women.
Thank you.
And what kills me when people reply, like I reply, you got somebody come into my son. Okay, why you worried about it? You got a woman. Don't worry about that.
First of all, all of y'all ain't single because you choose to be. Let's just get that off the front. All of y'all, you just can't find nobody decent enough to deal with your ass. Sorry. So let's just get that off the back. All right. All of y'all can't be choosing to be single. All right. That's it.
What is his name? Kynell.
Kynell, yeah, Kynell.
Kynell. Okay, because I would be want to call him Kai. Kynell says could have been an honest mistake, but I would rather die than throw away food. That's a waste of his money that he was just complaining about.
Right. Really not thinking?
Yeah.
Nah, he was emotional.
Ellen says what a man does for a woman does not command her submission, but there are men looking for submission from side chicks when he won't do half what a husband is doing. Boom.
Again, like I just said.
Yeah.
You press the button with that one, girl.
That talk about just money.
Yeah.
Really not doing.
Yep.
Consider head of house duties.
Right.
You know,
you're not being a real leader. You know what I mean? You're not being with a true leader. You know what I'm saying? You're not leading the household with all that emotion. So you have all these built. You need to go back. That came from somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That came from somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. Your issue is not her. Your issue is your mom's. Your issue is your father.
Say that you had.
You know what I mean? Your brothers or somebody. Exactly.
You got
that goes exactly because what you showed that boy is what your mother showed you and did to you. Because y'all probably got kicked out. You know what I mean? From some dude.
Right. Yeah. And he probably said, I'm going to run my household the way I want to run my household. And this is the way it is.
Exactly.
And that's what he's doing.
Exactly.
And again, the woman can't get mad at him because he told her.
He told her in the beginning. Yeah.
I'm moving you in. This is what I expect. And this is what I want. This is because he made it very clear. I pay the bills. You ain't got to do nothing. Then guess what? Then that's when you just lay over and yes, daddy. That's when you come in. Yes, daddy.
That's right.
What you want, daddy?
What you want?
Not this one. I'm sorry.
What you mean not? Yo, hold on.
Not this one.
Okay, all
I
right,
don't
Tashawn.
call Chef Daddy.
No, I ain't talking about the daddy part.
No, I can't call Daddy because y'all know my dad is dead, and I
Yeah.
No, girl, your dad, your father's dead.
I can't. I don't know. I said I was gonna try. That's gonna be another conversation because I know it has a different meaning. You know, the whole daddy thing. Call her Poppy.
Call him Poppy.
I don't know.
Call him
I'm
Poppy.
working on it because I heard it is very sexy, and I know that we're gonna talk about that on another show. Because I really want to know, do y'all men like to be called daddy? I just every time I think about a daddy, I'll be thinking about Joe Collier.
You know, yo.
I'll be thinking about my dad and my granddaddy. Then I'll be like, daddy.
Around and your daddy face.
Yeah, like, oh my God. We gotta, so y'all gonna have to help me with that because I heard it is very sexy. Nelson said Poppy. I might be able to say Poppy, Yeah, I might be able to.
Yeah,
I don't know. I gotta get my whole attitude right with it. So what Kanye said, no.
Because he has a daddy, you know what I'm saying? So I understand.
He said, I don't like it. So Evelyn said, Tashawn, you are correct that some women don't listen. This shows a one. Right. And then that's just bottom line. We don't listen. Y'all clearly tell us the message.
I mean, red flag.
Very, very clear.
Red flag.
But in our mind, it's like we're gonna change that. We're gonna change it. Oh, he ain't gonna mind. No, that man made it very clear that I said I want my plate before him or anybody.
What time I come in, he better not eat.
Right. Right.
And that's what he said. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Everybody eat everybody eat when I get home. That's what exactly what he said.
And that is a red flag.
That is a red flag.
Because again, it doesn't have to be a red flag if both of you agree to that and you can make that work, but it has to be a respect level. Now, I don't know that type of domination, if that's what you want, or if that's what you like. However, that woman does not know her self-worth, and therefore she's compromising her self-worth.
A lot of women are compromising.
Yeah, they do. Evelyn says, Tashawn, you are correct that some women don't listen. This time she didn't listen to his expectations in cohabitation.
Right.
Other times she didn't listen when he says he doesn't want a relationship. That's it. Because he clearly said that.
So many women that I've talked to that the dude came and they agreed.
Agreed.
That we're just gonna be cut buddies.
Yeah.
And then later on down the line, they fall in love and they're like, why can't be in a relationship?
Yeah.
Because he told you. And that person mistreat them.
Yep.
Why you mistreat me? Well, I ain't told you I didn't want to be in a relationship in the first place.
That's it. That's it. Honestly.
Like, and then get mad and they talk about him, and then everybody in the comments again. So he's so wrong.
Listen,
I did not want a relationship.
Let me be 100 with y'all. You know the reason why I don't get a lot of female clients for relationship coaching?
Come on now. Come on.
Y'all want to know the truth?
I already know. Come on, say it.
Because a lot of my clients have become men now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not that I am on the man's side. I'm on the woman's side. But a lot of the majority, I'm not going to say the majority because I do have a half and half.
They think and act like men.
A lot of my female clients, they get one session from me and they're not continuing their services with me because I tell them, you're not listening to what this man does not want you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I've been down that path. Why do y'all think I'm a certified relationship coach? I've learned my lesson. My grandmother taught me, don't let a man tell you twice that he does not want you. What was she telling all of her granddaughters at that time? Listen on the first go round. When a man tells you he does not want you, he does not want you.
Amen.
I had to, on that note, I had to force Lisa to listen to me because I'm like, hey, I'm finna spill everything about myself to you because I want you to know up front what you're getting into.
Right.
I get to know you like, God said, open the floodgates and let it all out. So you can sit and say, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And when I did so, okay. All
yeah.
Right, bet.
Yeah.
But that's what we're not doing.
Right.
And that kills me when a person sits and tells, I hear another woman say, oh, his past ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
And we've said this several times on the show where, yes, it does.
Yeah. Yeah.
The same way he treated his kids.
You're right.
And another woman
Yeah.
You may get treated the same way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hold that thought. We're gonna take a quick music break, and when we come back, we're gonna finish that. Y'all, we just don't listen. We don't listen, and that's the reason for the TMR listening party. We're
Yes,
gonna talk more
right.
about that live on 101 TKO Radio, live in the studio. Download that app. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I got a video for y'all, so I can make sure y'all will see it too.
And we are back live on 101 TKO Radio in the mail room.
Yes.
We are having this culture conversation about expectations and man and woman and these expectations and
my goodness.
Who bringing what to the table, quality, all of this stuff. The quality, yes. Listen, before we left, we were talking about on break, we were talking about these, high value men and women and so forth. And we were saying, that a lot of times women want these type of men, but they're not carrying themselves in that manner. Like, don't hurt me now. But
you about to start something. You about to start something, girl.
You shopping at Rainbow, you ain't getting no dude that's shopping at Lennox and Phipps. He might, yeah. He might. He LP, yeah. He physically, because it's some baddies out at Rainbow and whatnot. Now that doesn't mean that you can't shop at Rainbow because you're saving a dime. But what I'm saying is, you got to understand, like you put yourself in a position. Like I've always been attracted to blue collar men, entrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, in a sense, uniform. Yeah, I really have, because I was a fireman, a police officer. That was on my list, and I had them too.
Child, that is true.
Drill team, not cheerleader. Drill team. I did. I like uniform. I did. I was that uniform because I had that image. I was a teacher, so I had to make it work. Fireman, police officer, blue collar, all of that, right? I had a few of the.
You like the fireman?
What about security guard?
You know what? I was attracted to the nobility, the nobleness of those professions. Okay. Yeah. I did.
That's security guard?
My heart is always with a firefighter. Really? Oh yeah. I mean, not in the love. Well, I love them because of their dedication to saving us. Strangers, you know what I'm saying? So I just always had a place. But yeah, I wanted that whole look. I wanted that teacher, police officer, firefighter collaboration, because that was that community thing. And then it didn't dawn on me that both of us gonna be broke because they ain't paying us, in a sense. So I was like, oh no, I need a rich guy. No, but that ain't happening because I ain't living that lifestyle. Oh yeah, he rich because he's an entrepreneur. That's what I had a eye for entrepreneur. I didn't go after those big guys. I tried to date some, but it just wasn't my personality.
CEOs.
I dated some CEOs. Really? Yeah. When I say I've had them, I've been in the rooms with those guys. But my personality, because I'm that type of girl that I don't want to sit pretty all day. I don't walk in heels. I'm gonna be in my Converse and my jeans. I can't keep that up.
Like my wife sometimes, she got her jeans on.
Yeah, and I'm sitting like this, and next thing you know, he'd probably be looking at me like, sit up. Like I just never been like. So you have to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? I never was And two, it goes back to that whole independent thing too. Like I knew what came with that territory sometimes. Like if he was providing financial and all that at that time, I'm like, no, I don't want your money because I know what's gonna come next. So I just avoided that. Yeah.
What's gonna come next?
It's gonna be my next book. I had issues. Yeah.
That should be the name.
Oh,
what you said it should be now?
That should be the name.
I had issues.
Oh, that's a dope name.
I like that. Look at you coming to the table with something. Look at you coming to the table. I had issues. Let's see. You know what? Evelyn says, other side, the fact that some women don't listen never absolves men from drawing her emotions when he knows he won't be what she wants. They are both wrong, but she can prevent being used. Yeah, she can. She can be, yeah, both of them are wrong, but she has the upper power. She has the upper hand. Yeah, because she could have shut that down in a heartbeat with one conversation. you know. But at the same time, she had a choice. Either you're gonna do what I say or you're gonna get out.
Right.
So you should go on and start saving your coins. Look
Mm.
for an apartment.
Mm.
But she ain't. You know
Mm.
why? Because she's comfortable with that.
I tell folks about my story and all this.
She's comfortable with it.
The first affair in my previous marriage, I
Mm-hmm.
can sit and say, shame on her.
Mm-hmm.
But the last 8 years of me purposely watching her walk out the house and go
Mm-hmm.
be with somebody else, I'm the idiot.
Yeah.
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 I soak all it up. I take it.
Yeah.
But it taught me something.
It taught you something. Yeah. If you didn't learn it, that's when you would be.
And I was not learning. That's why I took 8 years.
Yeah.
I was not.
Listen, I ain't no shame in this game because it takes you a while to get it, and that's why I tell I like to tell women I learn, and that's what I want you to do.
Right.
Learn. Now if you don't want to learn, hey, so be it. I ain't gonna force you to do nothing.
There's some people that sit up and say, that's why I'm single. You ain't learning.
Yeah. And you single because there are other reasons, not just because of one scenario.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If that's the case, I would be single because of a whole lot of other scenarios.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when women say that, oh, that's why I'm single, and I don't know, that is a bunch of crap. Because what happens is that conversation continue, and that's why I said the mailroom is not participating in that kind of stuff, those conversations, because what you're saying, you're looking at me now. I feel like, well, dang, what did I do? Did I settle when I married? Did you settle when you married? Did your friends settle when they married? No, there are some things that you may not tolerate. I may not tolerate, but it's what you and that person is. So don't say, oh, that's why I'm single. No, you're single because there is something else going on, or there's a choice. It's nothing wrong with being single.
I hate when people sit up and say that's why I ain't have kids, because my sister kids were bad.
Right. That's the stupidest stuff ever.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's the stupid. That's like me saying as a teacher, that's right. I don't want no kids. I ain't had no kids because I see her. That's stupid.
A reason for you not to have kids. I don't know. I still, to each his own.
Yeah.
Some people just don't want to have kids.
Right.
And that's fine.
Because them little crumb snatchers are expensive. Them little jokers are expensive.
Very.
What, expensive?
No, I'm saying.
Oh.
For somebody to sit up and say that's the reason why.
I know for a fact that I don't have children because them jokers are expensive. I would be broke. I would have to work 4 or 5 jobs because I was broke. Like my niece, they have nice things because I would have to. I would go broke over my children.
Yeah,
you wouldn't go broke.
Yeah.
You manage. You wouldn't go broke. You manage.
Yeah, everything would be about my child because I would want them to have the nice, like everything. So
Do we go wrong with that? That's a whole.
No, it wouldn't go wrong. I'm just saying for me, I know that's the reason why I don't have, because it would be all about my like.
Because sometimes kids will get entitled when you do that.
Yeah, there's a balance. You have to create a balance because my niece and nephews, they know they can call on auntie, but they also know they have to. There's a they're gonna work for it or whatnot, but at the same time, I still got it for them. They know auntie gonna give it to them.
So when you adopted a new nephew.
When we get a job, then I open up the applications. Y'all got some. Oh, that's right. Your two. Yeah. Oh no, you are.
Yeah, he's talking about.
You too old. You too old.
What's up, Auntie Sean?
I take my auntie duties. I take them seriously, man.
Auntie Sean.
Right.
My car needs some work, Auntie Sean.
I need me a good rich auntie shoe. But yeah, I mean, it's all about what you are expecting, and it's just, I don't know, this conversation, I think me and Prince were talking about it the other day. It's like it's tiring, the same old conversation.
Yeah.
Because
we're not moving, we're not going nowhere.
Right, it's not going anywhere. People don't want it. Some people, I don't like to generalize because there are some people who are like, give us solutions. But there are so many solutions to these issues out here. We're choosing not to take them. We're choosing not to take them. Because again, these situations, the first situation where the doctor is like, I cook for my husband because he expects, that's because they sat down as a household, as a team, being both the doctors, and they agreed, hey, I'm expecting you to cook if you're expecting me to go grocery shop and plan the meals. So I'm expecting this. There's nothing wrong with expectations. That's a system.
Right.
You know,
Right.
it works for them, you know. But the other household is like, I'm doing this, that, and that. There are no, there's a expectations, right? It ain't no system, you know. And
That's why
so
nothing
you have
works.
to,
That's why nothing will never work for these. That's why
right. It
relationship ends
doesn't
quick.
work.
That's why marriage ends so quick, because nothing worked. You had no value in what you thought you had value in. You had like you thought you did. You just had no system. You had no way of doing things. You just thought that you could just be married and just live happily ever after with just work and go on vacation every now and then and don't have any expectations. It's crazy for me to be in a marriage and not have any expectations and her not have any expectations of me. You know what I mean? Let me not stop doing what I need to do to sustain this marriage. You won't leave in a heartbeat.
Right, exactly. Listen, hold that note. We got to take another break. And when we come back, we're going to do our business shout outs. And then we're going to get into this DJ Johnny Prince.
Oh, yeah.
Mix. So listen, stay connected. Download that app, 101 TKO Radio. We'll be right back.
MS on all social media platforms. I can beat MS. And our lovely coach, if you're ready to sponsor your TMR sponsor or shout out your business, connect with us at Trinette at I am Trinette Collier. That is IamTRINETTELCOLLIER.com or DM us at the mailroom 7671. Coach, I'm so used to having your shout out here, so I was going to go ahead and throw you in there, and then I didn't see no words. So I do apologize, boss.
No problem. It's no problem. Listen, I'm not gonna fire you. I'm not gonna fire you. I'll put you on probation for second, third. That's okay. Listen, thank you so much. Listen, those are our TMR business shout outs. And again, if you would like your business shouted out, it's only $10, y'all. $10. And we do have $25 packages as well. But make sure you DM us. And we got good deals for the TMR listening party for virtual vendors. So make sure you connect on the website and you can have three options. So look on there and to see which one is a good fit. You don't want to miss this party.
Take advantage. That's right.
Listening party. It is going down September 23rd. It is virtual, so you get to sit at home. You get to chill. The color is still gold, but you can be in your comfort in your own home. The tickets are only $21. $21. Right, 21. You cannot beat that. So listen, we'll talk more about that, but we're about to get into this noonday mitts by our very own. Listen, he been doing his thing on Thursday nights.
Yeah.
Detail later on about that. But listen, go ahead, sit back, turn it up. Turn your volume up as we get ready for DJ Johnny Prince Noonday Mitts. Live right here on the Mailroom and 101 TKO Radio.
Let's go.
Let's go. We get ready for DJ Johnny Prince Noonday Mitts. Live right here on the Mailroom and 101 TKO Radio. Let's go.
I am DJ Prince.
Y'all been to Palm City Market? Palm City Market.
And I am DJ Prince.
And we are back live on 101 TKO Radio. That was our very own DJ Johnny Prince with the Noonday Hits.
Yeah.
He did it up with the house music.
Yeah, man.
Love some house music.
Yeah.
So we appreciate that, Johnny.
No doubt. Thank you
for blessing us every week with music. You know, I love music. Music to me is a healer.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I love good music. You know, so just thank you so much for bringing that every week to us.
Thank you.
And so forth, live right here on 101 TKO Radio in the mail room and so forth. So
facts.
Listen, we are having this dynamic discussion, this cultured conversation.
Yeah.
And if y'all have not downloaded that app, y'all need to do so. Download that app so you can hear this full conversation and so that you can hear the music. I tried to turn it on and off, but you know, sometimes these social media sites, they like to flag you and cut you off and whatever if you play music. Even if you put up the sign, I do not own music.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know.
That comment right there.
What comment?
Traditional wives roles don't fit modern relationships.
You sure don't.
Who said that?
Mr. Solomon.
Oh, and he's on the panel. Traditional wives roles don't fit modern relationship. They don't. And
what is a traditional wife?
What's a traditional husband?
The traditional wife is that wife that was the 50s, the 60s era, the 70s eras, where the woman did everything. She took care of the man, the husband, the children, all of the intricate domestic details of the house, and the man worked. So again, that was before the feminism movement, where the woman didn't have value, didn't have a voice. So you got to realize that women didn't have a voice for a long time, right? So when we were given that freedom, when a lot of the women that you saw back in the day, our grandmothers or whatever, when they stayed in the relationships because for whatever reasons, they didn't have that voice. They wasn't given the opportunity in their own households or whatnot. And then when women were able to give that voice, we took it and we did not create a balance for your personal household. So you were trying to prove that you were a woman who could work, who could still take care of the household, who still could, you know, pursue a career, go back to school, it's all of these things and still be a woman to her man. So they took that, and then it's like, okay, once we as women started like conquering that, it's like, oh, we can do this. And we don't need a man to stop us. We don't need a man to tell us, no, we can't do this, or we are unable to do this. So we took that and said, listen. And then came all the other stuff where they take, like as Johnny said earlier, where they started taking the fathers out, and for especially the Black community. And
they really only did that in the Black community. They didn't really take no white fathers from out of the house.
At the poor white neighborhoods, they did. You still got to understand, it's still economics, poor and rich. So the poor wives, the poor white ones, they did.
But even going back to what you just stated at the very beginning about the voting and stuff, but I do think a lot of that also changed when the war, when women had to go into these factories and make bullets to send over to the men, and they had some of the men coming home broke mentally and physically, and the women still had to do some form of work. A lot of that changed, but when I look at the traditional wife thing, that still kind of scares me. And when I say that is because we still throw around that thing that a woman can't raise a boy and a man can't raise a girl, right? But we gave that title to raise the kids to the traditional woman. And again, that man ain't do nothing but go out and work and provide. So when you go to the concept of what men think now of what a king or head of household should be, that's the only thing I should be doing is providing and protecting. I'm not going to sit up here and feel and bring any energy that I need to feel into my kids or to my wife in order for them to do what they need to do, because it should just be known that as long as I'm providing and protecting.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that's needed.
Yeah.
So I think all of that stems from that traditional wife era as well, because that's as a traditional husband.
Mm-hmm.
Traditional wiving and traditional husbands that I don't think a lot of us benefited off of that.
All right, yes, we did. Look, let me show you right now. I know you have a disdain. I know you have a disdain for that word tradition. I get it. But whatever you believe, there was a way of life before. Before the 60s, there was a way of doing things. There was tradition in those fields. Why do you think we got through it? Because of tradition, because of family, because of roles, because of ways of doing things, right? So when they remove that now, right? Once they remove that tradition, because women are always looking for a traditional man. But outside of that, everybody has an issue with tradition.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Until it comes to being a man.
Okay, so you're making a point. So I go back. So why do we sit if the traditional woman was supposed to raise the kids and teach the kids? What's wrong with a single woman raising her kids? That's still, she's in so many ways, she's just outside of a man. She's still having to teach her son and her daughter.
The difference is she thinks she can do it without a man. That's the difference. That's the difference.
Now, I'm not talking about the ones that sit and they think that I can do it without. I'm talking about the ones that are forced, because you do have some men that are walking on that. And so I should have stated that like that. I'm referring to the women that are being forced to raise their kids traditionally, but untraditionally at the same time, because there's not a man in the house.
Right.
Well, what is traditional? So because a lot of things are. I think we're out of order.
Yes.
We're out of order.
Yes, we are.
But what is
we out of order because there's no tradition. That's it goes back to tradition. It goes back to a way of life. We're out of order because there is no tradition. It worked before in 1921 when they had Tulsa. That worked because of tradition. There was a way of life.
But our tradition and our way of life over here in the States come from some messed up traditions.
Not all of them.
At the end of the day.
Like what?
Yes, again. So, all right,
Evelyn says the worst of traditional and the worst of modern are society's sole focus to nationalize. The negative. There are some good things about being traditional and good things about being modern.
So right, so like in your family or in you, Prince, in your family, y'all can start y'all tradition with whatever. And again, so I go back and not making this an excuse. This is not an excuse whatsoever. I'm just trying to open the door of tradition is not bad. It is not. A tradition that you create, it is not bad. But the traditions that we hold on to and where it stemmed from negative, like Evelyn is saying, this negative in society, a lot of the stuff and how men treat our Black women. This is a tradition that has stemmed down from what a European man has taught us how to treat a woman in general.
Okay, so this is my question: is always why are you still following that tradition?
I don't know why they still follow.
This is the thing. Not everybody's following that tradition.
Yes.
So what are some things? Well, I don't know if it would be. I don't know if it's the. I think it's a combination because some of these traditions are passed down culturally, and from because of who we are as a whole, our people come from everywhere. We brought it all together. So I don't think all of it stems from European.
But we don't know what our culture is.
But you can learn or you can create your new.
All right, so like me, I am never going to find out what my culture is because after doing my background, I am a mixture of so many cultures.
Okay.
And so
you're a melting pot.
Yes, I am a melting pot. So I can't sit and say I understand from an actual person that can just say I'm an African and my culture is African. I'm a melting pot of but then you get picked on if you sit up here and say, well, what if I want to wake up today and say off my European lineage, I want to represent that. But then they're gonna look at my color and they're gonna sit up here and say, oh, but that ain't
who?
Shit. Us.
Who?
Us.
Who?
Black folks.
Who?
Black people.
Who?
Black people.
Who created you?
Who?
Yeah.
My parents, God, yeah.
So this is my thing. People
Now, it don't
always
bother
going.
me.
Okay, if it don't bother you,
no,
then
it doesn't. No,
okay, so then
no,
you
it
move
doesn't.
forward with that.
Yes, and that's what I'm doing.
Okay, so you create your own tradition,
and that's what I want.
Because
even,
but you don't have to make people understand.
But what's crazy is you see how you
to.
just did that. You see how you just said how you create your own tradition, right? So that means so it goes back to this when you say you do what works for you, right? So, but when you do what works for you, you do what works within your marriage. You know, we can't pick and choose what's good and what's not.
Right.
That which is what we're doing with the young sister that cooks after 13 hours.
Right.
There's a disdain for that, but it works for them.
Right.
So we can't just we just can't put all wives in that one time. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So when we sit up here and look at traditional wife, we're expecting every wife to be that traditional wife.
Right.
Like you said, you can't.
We can't put that, but that's where.
But every wife is expecting every man to be traditional, though.
But
right.
But every wife is expecting every man to be traditional.
Right. And they should not. And so therefore you can't do that. You have to make your relationships. You have to make your own, even your own families.
Yes.
You have to make it your own. You see what I'm saying? And it's okay. Which we have to understand and get back. Some traditions we may not want to carry on.
Yes.
You know, like there's some families I know. My dad's side of the family, they get together every year and do big celebrations or whatever. Yeah, but if I wasn't able to because we lived overseas or whatnot, and we weren't part of that tradition, or you know, it may be foreign to us. So we created our own family, created our own, or even now, me and Chef create our own tradition. Yeah. Every holiday, we may travel somewhere and celebrate the holiday or whatever. So I think at this stage of your life, you can create whatever you want to establish for whatever you want your family to grow into. Because again, at the end of the day, you're creating a system in place for your family as generational wealth.
That's what I mean when I'm saying that. And like, we go and we look at, this is what you have to do. And so that's why I say the traditional woman. Mm-hmm. It is not the same now.
No, I think, well, that was because that was kept, that was again back in that era. See, and things have changed. As Evelyn said, a tradition in her family was that her uncle would make peanut cookies. Society gives gender role assignments and call that traditional. Yes. Johnny, women aren't looking for men to be traditional. She's looking for him to be chivalrous. That can include traditional elements.
I disagree. You're not dating women, Evelyn. You're not out here dating women. You know what I mean? Like I deal with women, and women are looking for a traditional man, one that got money and one that can provide protection.
So not even provision. Tradition?
That's tradition.
And that's a bad tradition.
That's tradition.
For me, I'm just saying. And that's what
Is that a bad thing, looking for a man that with money?
No, ain't a bad thing.
No, it's not, but just that. Because again, so I go back again. So we talk about so much even on this show here and just in life in general. Men on TikTok, a woman can't sit up here and raise a man, but then we want them to be traditional.
Hold that thought. When we come back, we're going to take a quick music break. When we come back, we're going to finish this conversation. What is tradition? And we may have to do another show. Oh, excuse me. What is tradition? Because I need to understand. Because Johnny said no, he's dating women, so we don't understand that what y'all are saying tradition. What is traditional man and what's a traditional woman? So I mean, shoot. Well, let's. We're
gonna answer that when we get back. We're gonna answer that when we get back.
Listen, we're gonna so stay locked and loaded. 101 TKO Radio. We'll be right back.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
And we are back live on 101 TKO Radio.com.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, DJ. I wasn't cutting you out. I hit the wrong. I was trying to unmute your microphone.
Thank you.
That's right. I was trying to close y'all mouth. You know how easy the black woman can do that. Just hit that button. No. Listen, we are live on 101 TKO Radio. We're having this culture conversation. And I think one of our topics we're going to have to dig into what is traditional and what is, versus man and woman, because it's so much to unpack.
Give me an example.
Mm-hmm.
For myself and my family right now. And it used to hurt me to, at the very beginning, like when I came back home to Georgia in 2017, I got the realization that I needed to leave my ex-marriage because I was getting worse. And I knew it had something to do with me, stuff that I was allowing. And when I came back home and I saw my folks and I saw my parents basically having come back to the house. And long story short, I realized that's not what I wanted. Right? So, God had me going through a little journey and realizing what my purpose has always been, and that I've forced myself to run from, because traditionally in my house, my folks had an ideal on what I should have been doing and who I should have been. It didn't work for me. Because of who I was supposed to be and who I knew I was. But I traditionally tried to be and do everything that they thought I was, and I failed. And so
you failed in whose eyes, though?
I failed in theirs because I tried to do what traditionally everybody else
So it was a learning experience, and that's where you take your experiences,
exactly what
and you create something new for it. And I think this is the part that we forget as human beings. God did not lock us in. You understand what I'm saying? He did not say we're out of order. I don't care what anybody say. Believe what you want to believe, but we're out of order. The world is out of order. And that's the reason why we're in so much turmoil and chaos with each other. Men and women, especially brown and black men and women. We're so against each other. We're just constantly battling heads because we're both trying to fight for this position that God has already created. It's okay for the man to be the head of the household. You are the head of the household. We are your helpmates. Women, we are your helpmates. Helpmate does not mean that we are beneath you, but there is an order that we must follow, and y'all are the head of us.
But the head does not put us to the point that I am before you.
The head is going to be just what it is. The head. I am looking at you as you are. I follow you, and it's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with you,
but we have to stop twisting God's word. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to stop making excuses. I'm your wife. You make decisions. We're going to make decisions together for our household.
So do you stop following me when I can't move?
No, because guess what? Y'all are going to be in sync, right? You're going to be in sync. You're not going to stop moving.
No, what I mean about health-wise.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, we know what you mean.
When you stop moving, she's not going to be out of sync. She's already going to be in sync.
Right.
There's not going to be a question about what she's supposed to do.
Right.
There's not going to be a question or a doubt, because guess what? Again, we're helpmates to each other. God did not say, LaRon is the man, the husband. This is the only thing he's supposed to do. The woman, the Lisa's only supposed to. Chef is only supposed to do this. Trinette is only supposed to do this. God shows a wife how to be a wife. Proverbs 31 wife. Go back and read that. And that's why I said we're out of order. Whether you believe the Bible or not, he tells us how to be a wife. When he tells you how to be a wife, you're not going to dispute any of this what the world says, because God says it right there on how to be. She's not going to be out of sync with you. When you stop moving physically because of your illness, guess what? She's already in place.
Right.
There's not going to be a question. It's not going to matter what the world says. You're not even going to worry about all of that. That's how my parents moved.
Right.
When my dad got sick, guess what? My mother had to get those contracts. They were in sync.
Right.
Because they moved together in that business that they created for their household. So when my dad got cancer, guess what? He was down. So guess what my mom had to do? She had to, but she was already in sync. It was no, well, no, because guess what? You work together over time. Right. When my mom was sick with cancer, guess what happened? My dad had to comb my little hair, put us, even if we had one ponytail, you know, it was no dispute.
It wasn't not even a dispute, but it wasn't, I guess like
it wasn't no question.
It wasn't what did she? It was nothing.
Gender, it wasn't nothing gender
role because again,
it was in sync because again, we're following. There was no tradition, nothing. We're following God's principles.
So now I go right back.
And I don't care what and other cultures they have their faith traditions. Yes. You're going to follow your traditions, not the tradition. You're going to follow the principles of what is taught to you. And in our household and in all of our households, again, the man and the woman are helpmates to each other. My uncle and his wife, Aunt Bren, who just passed, when Aunt Bren got cancer, guess what? Uncle Al, they were already in sync. So he took care of when Uncle Al was down. Guess what? Aunt Bren. But you got to do it, and you don't have to worry about what nobody thinks.
That's true. And now I don't. I realize that. And so that's what I was saying. I see that, and I know that. And it's not that what I learned from my thing. And again, like I said, my brother because I just helped my mom. God placed me into a position where I found a senior place for my mom. And so my brother answers. I want to text me like, "Man, I am so." And I said, "Thank you." I ain't going to it,
right?
But his response to that, I thank you so much. You've become over the years. You've just become a good man, doing this and doing that. And this is the first time that he's commended me. So other than that, it was you're failing. You're doing this wrong. You're doing that wrong.
Yeah.
But my answer to that is the person that you're seeing now. I was that person then. I had to learn some stuff, but I was that person then. But I had to live up to y'all expectation because traditionally, y'all felt that I should have been doing the same thing that y'all do. That didn't work for me.
So you gotta let that go.
I have.
Right. So we gotta let that traditional thing go.
Now, exactly. Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to get to. That's what a lot of us are not.
Well, everybody's not gonna be on that level.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's where you have to get to.
That's what it's messing up.
Because everybody's not on that level. Evelyn says, what is the male equivalent of Proverbs 31 woman? The Bible focus on manhood. The Bible focus of manhood is Jesus. The whole Bible talks about how to be a man, while a few passages deal with being a godly woman. But she is held to a harsher biblical standard than many will be held accountable for. Yeah, back in biblical days, but however, you take those same principles and you use it, apply it. God's word applies to how we're living now. It is basic instructions for Christians, for us. That I don't argue with anybody, or I don't try to live my life according to the world, because the world says that I'm supposed to have this, that, and the other. The world says that since I got my own car, money, degrees, or whatever, I don't need y'all. The world says I don't have to have y'all to reproduce. The world says that. But what does my God say? You see what I'm saying?
Feel however you want to feel about religion, like or the Bible, and I totally understand, Evelyn. But that book creates order. You know what I mean? It creates a level of order. You know what I'm saying? And that's the issue today. That's the issue today. There's no order. There's no tradition. There's no order. There's people doing what they want to do. People have meanings for different things. There are meanings for things. There are meanings for love, actually. Well, we twisted and turned it and have our own meaning of love. You know what I mean?
We did.
So because there's no order, right? Then
order.
we have these ideas, and it goes back to like Laurent, like it goes back to what you believe, because you might not have been shown like what is a healthy traditional household is. You know what I mean? And that's a lot of people. That's a lot of our modern people. Right now, I could personally attest to that, because I grew up in a building which there was a few fathers. It was probably only four fathers. It was 4 families. Everybody else, mother was a crackhead, father was a crackhead. They didn't know their father. They was doing drugs at 12, 13, 14. I grew up around this. So now they're 45. Now we older now. Yeah. And they're still trying to find who they are. They don't have no healthy anything in their life. Yeah. So this is the people we're arguing with, right? These are the people that's going back and forth. These people has no healthy example of anything. Yeah. This is the issue. So that's why you may not understand tradition because you may not have shown it in a healthy manner. You know what I mean? Yeah. You may have disdain for it because maybe you feel, well, this traditional sense I can't do, so it's corny, it's whack. Maybe that's why you have a disdain for it. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, I'm here to say that I grew up in a traditional sense and I grew up and it worked. Mm-hmm. Right? And it worked. Everybody else around me, there was no tradition, there was no order. So life is still hard for them because they weren't shown anything good. They weren't shown anything of value. Yeah. Today was their block party. I couldn't go back because I'm seeing 45, 46-year-olds that are still hustling, still strung out. I can't see that. I grew up with these people. They're stuck where they at. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, I don't know the Bible like most people, but I know God. And I know what's in my heart, and I know what God has always placed in me, and the purpose that He has given me. Which again, I commend the energy and the source that God has given me. Definitely for me to see my wife the way that I need to see my wife, mm-hmm. and vice versa as well. So going back to what you just saying, Prince, that I had to separate, and you, Sean, I had to separate myself mm-hmm. from what my folks' beliefs were, mm-hmm. because their traditional beliefs were not in line with what God had mm-hmm. for me from the very beginning, from the moment that I knew, even as being young.
So what you're saying is they had expectations of you being somebody.
Correct.
Okay, so what was them? What did they want to know? Okay, so what they probably were doing, and we probably got to admit, and I don't know, but what I'm saying, they probably had they wanted to create a better life for you, right? And what they thought that you should be doing, that they could see life. Because our parents, right. The parents do see over, right? So
it was my siblings.
Okay, well, your siblings,
so because the thing is, it sound like my brother and my sister. They mm-hmm. went in the military and they so-called got these nice lives, and so mm-hmm. don't. But mm-hmm. in their eyes, they have the ways that they went by doing mm-hmm. things and stuff and all this, and so you got to do this. You need to do that. You mm-hmm. need to do this. But that's not what I want to do.
Right. So they wanted to give you some type of structure. And this is what, and I always make this clear. I'm not a parent, but as an educator, what I see on the outside, parents didn't know at that time. They didn't know how to have they didn't know how to separate their children and create individual relationships. Right. So they just clumped us all together.
My mother was good at that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, well, your big brother went to such and such, so you need to go ahead and follow. And they didn't see they didn't do that. Right. So they just did the best that they could. However, so now that you've grown, you have the authority and you have the ability to create, but there's still overall, it's still a structure, and there's still boundaries and order that we are not following. We don't do, and that's why we're out of order.
Yeah, I had to find a structure for me.
Right. Evelyn says order and tradition are not the same. Society order is very different. That what we say is biblical order. That's why we need to define what these words mean objectively.
And so again, that's what I'm trying to get at with.
I agree.
How the definition that we're using, these words are really not what we are doing.
Yeah,
we're doing control factors.
On some of the stuff, some of the words do have. If you go back, I'm not a wordsmith.
No, I'm not saying that the words don't have those. They do.
Yeah,
it's just we're making them not what they are.
Some people.
Yes.
I don't like when y'all say weird.
Yeah.
Generalization.
My bad,
Because
my
a
bad.
lot of times you have when you
Some
come
folks.
into your, and I guess I'm speaking, I'm talking my age now. When you've experienced getting to know yourself, finding yourself back in the day or whatever, right?
Mhm.
And you come to that realization when you get to a certain age in your life, and y'all gonna experience it when you get to this age. You're like,
I'm already there.
do what you no, you're gonna really experience it when you get to 50s. Trust me. No. It's a difference.
I'm sure it is.
Find yourself.
You have to find, yeah.
So I think a lot of that is, you know what I'm saying, when people really understand themselves, they know what's right and what's wrong.
Right,
so
right.
Regardless if they're reading what the Bible may say, you know, I mean,
yeah.
You know, I ain't against nobody who,
Yeah.
who believe in
Yeah.
I think deep down inside, you know, so you're gonna know what's the right thing to do,
right?
And what's not, how
Yeah.
you treat somebody or whatnot. So I don't think some of that's as far as like it has to come from the Bible. I think
Yeah.
It gotta come in within yourself.
Yeah.
You know, for you to really understand. Okay, am I treating this woman? Am I treating this man right?
Yeah.
Or if I'm doing
well, you
right,
got to understand what is right and what's wrong.
Right.
Because some people, you know, don't. You know, when we say treat others like the way you like to be treated,
But then,
that don't apply to everybody.
Shit, word.
From the upbringing.
Yeah, yeah. And you do have to get to that point because I mean I've experienced other religions, I've experienced other cultures, and when I got to know who I was in God and in Jesus Christ and whatnot, and the Bible for me, God tells me how to be a wife. Proverbs 31. He tells me how to run the household. I am my husband's helpmate. So I know that I don't care what other people say. Oh, you're supposed to do this, that, and other. And then you do come within yourself. You, as you get older, you do become one with yourself and your creator. And you're like, you know what? Yeah, this is the way I live. This is my living and whatnot. And my goal is to treat everyone with, my goal is to live by the principles that I choose to live by. If you choose to live by Muslim faith principles, you're going to do as a Muslim wife and a husband do. And that's why we can't get mad and be like, oh, that Muslim woman, she ain't got no freedom. Yes, she does. She chose that path.
She got more freedom than the average woman. I'll
Right.
tell you that.
They have freedom
Exactly.
because they chose to honor their husband
That's right.
in a different light. They chose to honor it versus a Western woman. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I don't downplay any woman that's in their faith, because they're choosing that faith. And if that faith says this is the way you're supposed to honor your husband, you're supposed to do this, that's that order. And that's the problem with America. We are out of order, whether you believe whatever you believe, we're out of order. When you can do whatever you want into a situation where it harms other people. Prime example of that Tierra girl. You are so used to doing whatever you want, you forget that you go into somebody else's country and you feel like you can do and you feel like you can do the same thing to that man, disrespect that man. Because guess what? Over here in America, we have allowed it. And when I say we have allowed it.
Come
because
on now.
the first time she disrespected a man in the presence was probably a teacher, authority, her own household, and nobody corrected her in love. So guess what? You're on the gram. I'm living my best life. Well, live it clanked up.
Yeah.
That's how you're gonna live your best life. Clink, clink. And on that note, we're gonna take a quick break before we head on out of here. She claimed, "Oh, you living your best life now," because this mouth that got you in trouble, and we don't have order.
No order.
Bottom line, we don't have order. We out of order. We're out of order. Listen, we can go on and on. We gotta take a quick music break. We'll be right back. Lock and load.
Lock and load.
Radio.
2, and 1.
And what's up? We are back live in the studio, 101 TKO Radio. Listen, we are headed. This conversation, it's always good when I can have these deep culture conversations with my people. You know, because again, this is the purpose of the mail room where we can talk, we can be ourselves. Listen. Yeah, but that's the difference between them and us, because we set the standard for culture conversation.
That's right. That's right.
The purpose.
That's right.
And listen, I want people to understand it's okay to disagree with people.
Yeah,
it's okay. That just means that everybody has their own thoughts. If we all agree with each other, we're conforming to each other and whatnot, and we're not thinking our own. So let's disagree. Yeah, some people do, but I do expect y'all to agree with me because I am the boss. That's what I said. That's what I said. That's right. You gonna get this food.
You gonna get that food.
Listen, but that is the purpose. That is the culture. I embrace it. I am that person. Again, we can't change the whole world, but we can change in our own community, in our own household, and whatnot. And we're gonna have to come back with this conversation. So listen, before we wrap up, I hate that we gotta go, but we gotta go. But before we wrap up, what's going on? DJ Johnny Prince, what you got going on?
Oh man, just make sure this tune in with me each and every Thursday, 8 to 10 p.m. I'm on Mixcloud. I'm going back on Mixcloud. TikTok is a little, I don't like it. So Mixcloud it is. So make sure you tune in every Thursdays, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I got some things working out. I'm working on like a midday show or something. Okay. I'm working on my first virtual 90s party, 90s event. So look out for that. Right. Yeah. So we working over here, man. We working.
Hear that. Mr. Takeover, what you got going on?
Life.
I hear that.
I feel you. Listen.
Life kicking us up.
Man, listen, I'm like, Jesus, I want to be in the rapture when you come. Not yet, but life, I feel you.
Life different, huh?
We doing we got a good couple coming on this upcoming Saturday.
Okay.
And been really trying to focus on, because that's what me and wifey, we all about relationships.
Yeah. And y'all do a good job. Good job.
We got that couple coming up. And the one that we had this weekend, it was messed up. She got scammed.
Oh wow.
Oh
wow. Okay, so we're gonna have to talk about that one. Nelson, what you got going on?
I'm probably going to relax, but I may go and support Skittles with Skittles. She's going to be hosting media coverage for the Fall Back in Love Comedy and Music Jam at State Farm Arena.
Okay.
Featuring Mario, Monica, DC Young Fly, August.
Dope.
Dope. A few, so so I might she had another ticket for me. So
Okay, cool. And of course, you guys, the TMR listening party, virtual listening party is coming up September 23rd. We have vendor opportunities.
Yes.
Tickets are on sale, $21, you guys. Our very own DJ Johnny Prince will be giving us some music during that time. We got a dope panel. I'll be introducing some more of the panelists today and this upcoming week. We do have DJ Johnny Prince. We have Leon Montgomery. We have Robert Crawford. And we have our very own Mr. Takeover as well. But listen, I need y'all to go on and get these tickets. Like, love, share it out. You don't want to miss it. $21 in the comfort of your own home. So, make sure you do that. And vendor opportunities as well. You don't want to miss that for the vendor. But listen, if you want us to talk about some topics, DM us. Hit us up because we are pushing the envelope. We're talking about just culture, just conversation. We're bridging the gap. That is the purpose of the mailroom, bridging the gap between men and women, especially Black men and Black women.
Come on now.
Listening to our men, we're listening to each other, not just men, but we're listening to each other. But this platform is dedicated to my men. So don't take offense, you guys. We have to talk. We have to listen. So if this is not the platform for you, listen. I love you. I love you. But
Skedaddles.
what we're not gonna do here is we're not giving in to the gender. We're not doing agenda wars. We're not gonna be at war with each other. We're gonna get solutions and hopefully that you come from that. But if you expecting gossip and trashing and there you go. There you go. Say that again. Find your worth. Find your worth and make it work for you in your household. Make it work for you in your household.
Make it work for you and yours.
That's it.
Thank you,
and then, as Nelson said, you treat folks the way you want to be treated.
Amen.
But I don't know. Some of y'all don't. Y'all need a little lesson because y'all just like to be treated in the kind of way. But I'm gonna leave that. So, listen, thank y'all so much again for joining us on 101 TKO Radio. Download that app. Download it. You're gonna miss out on a whole lot if you don't. So until next week, y'all ready?
Shouts to everybody.
Why am I single?
Why am I single?
Why am I single?
Oh my God. No, you're not gonna have that on next week.
Peace.
Lord have mercy. Bring it on, baby.
Peace.
All right.